Hey there, Aries. Welcome back to part 2 for the week of April 18th. This is part 1 right here. We're just going to jump right in here, Aries, and see what's going on for you. With your first card, I'm laughing because you have this change direction with ease card. It says this is a time for change, shape-shifting, or your soul's evolution. It is time to reconsider what you want. You may be in for a surprise. So you are in for a surprise, clearly. When you have that Buffalo card, it has that lightning bolt on it. Kind of gives me Tower vibes. Sometimes the Tower can be a pleasant surprise. The Tower does not have to be a bad card. It can be a good card. So I kind of feel there is definitely a surprise coming in for you here. And what I think it is how quickly things can change for you. I'm almost positive I said the same thing to you last week because I'm getting like the same, I just get the same feeling. That's the best way I could describe it. And so I think things are going to change very quickly. With the Queen of Wands, you have the two cards. You have the Hangman and the Justice card. Both wanted to come out here. So I feel like for some of you, the Hangman is clearly important. If you're wondering, sorry, my finger is covering the bat's face, but there you go. The Hangman is like being stuck in limbo. The Justice card, I feel, is kind of like your answer, so to speak. Like if you are wondering, how do I get started? How do I get out of Hangman mode? Justice card is cause and effect. It just says, if you're thinking about making a change, try it just a little bit, and if it works, keep going. If it doesn't, stop, right? And I think more people need to do that. I think that, this has been coming up for a lot of people. You've probably heard me say it 100 times, the whole justice thing, right? And what I think it is I think the universe wants us to break things down to bite-sized pieces. My problem with the energies, especially with Jupiter and Pisces, Jupiter will be moving into your sign, which is going to be amazing for you. Your next few years are going to be really good because of this, as I've told you before. But the thing with Jupiter and Pisces, good, but a little bit crazy. It's like Pisces already, I'm a Pisces. Pisces already has crazy ideas, big ideas, right? And then, so with Jupiter there, it's like even bigger. And I think the universe is like saying, you can actually manifest your craziest, wildest dreams, but you just have to start small. You have to break it down to the smallest piece. I think when we think too big, it's like we should be thinking big. I'm a big fan of like going nuts, go crazy with what you want to manifest. I'm a big fan of that. But I also think sometimes it gets the wheels turning, gets the wheels spinning, then we start freaking out. We start worrying about like all the little things that could happen. And so I think that's why we need to break it down to a small piece. Just try it. If it works, great. Keep moving forward. If something doesn't work, change. Doesn't say that you won't accomplish your goal. The World card that we have right here. Again, we shouldn't give up after just trying one or two things. We just need to try a little bit of something else, and find what works. With the Hierophant, you have the Queen of Wands. So, again, I really feel that the Queen of Wands is very important for you. Again, the Queen of Wands has the black cat. In the time of the tarot, if the Hierophant was a real person, the Hierophant would be like probably hanging the Queen of Wands or burning her at the stake, thinking she's a witch because she has the black cat, right? So it's like you're challenging some beliefs at this time is really what I feel. We talked about this your whole entire first reading, that it seems like there is that you could be just challenging some beliefs. For a lot of you, I feel like this has to do with family. It's funny because I was looking at this last carriage card here in the first reading, and I thought it said the word family on it, but it doesn't. So, I kind of took that as like an intuitive kind of sign that there's something going on with family. With the Death card, you have the Six of Pentacles. Again, another card very similar to Justice. This is a card of planting seeds. It's a card that says, try a little bit of everything and see what does best. See what grows best in your life, right? Also, normally the guy on the card is holding out a balance in front of him, just like on the Justice card. So really, the whole cause and effect thing, I feel is going to be very important for you. With the Buffalo spirit there, you have the Beaver. And there, of course you do, Aries. The Beaver is all about family and your home. So I do feel for a lot of you that you have a lot going on with family, or there are things that happen with family maybe that are either preventing you from moving forward or could be, kind of like causing some obstacles or whatever you want to call it. I don't think it has to be that big of a deal. The other thing is I would be focusing on a very solid foundation with the Beaver card. Again, I can't really explain it. I've been having weird dreams. Sometimes I talk about my dreams because they're weird, but I've been having weird dreams about like foundational stuff. That's the best way I can describe it. I don't remember who I said it to last week, but I was talking to someone, one of the signs, about how like I really feel the foundational information, like going back to basics, is going to be very important. But it's like, it feels like something new. What the hell does that mean? It means that if you're like building something new, a new relationship, a new business, a new job, a new whatever, a new health routine. It could be anything in your life. I would focus on like the basics and getting the basics down for whatever. And maybe because, I keep getting the Tower card. You don't have the Tower card yet. Hopefully it doesn't show up, but like everybody's been getting the Tower card like crazy. And I've been talking about these crazy, how I feel like there could be some, global Tower moments happening. And we're only at the beginning, trust me. I think between now and June, we could be seeing like bigger Tower moments. I don't want to scare anyone. I think it's going to be a good thing, but what I would say here is that I feel like that beginning stuff, the foundational stuff, it's like we're all being reduced down, and I think we have to rebuild, but we have to make sure we have a very solid foundation, and that's what I'm getting here. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Sun, best card in the deck, so definitely a lot of happiness on the other side of doing something new. Down and dirty tarot, not accurate tarot at all, by the way, but, Two of Pentacles to me is a clue card. To me, I use it as a clue. It basically just says pick the new path. That's a clue that I always get from the Two of Pentacles. Not always true, but sometimes it just says to me, do the new thing. Like if you're trying to decide between two people, two jobs, two businesses, two whatever, it says pick the newest thing because that's probably going to be the most successful. And here you go, the Sun. The Sun would really tell me that you need to listen to your heart, right? Because you have the Ace of Cups, which is kind of like your heart right next to the Sun. And the Sun is more about your internal happiness. Normally there's a child on the Sun card. It represents your inner child, and it kind of just says, what fulfills you on a very deep level. Your inner child is joy, happiness, abundance, freedom, all those great things that children feel, right? And it's like, what makes you feel like that? I feel like that's what you need to be thinking about in all areas of your life. With the Hangman, you have the King of Wands. I feel like this is your energy, so showing up in a very strong, assertive position. I feel like embracing the King of Wands energy would be extremely beneficial for you right now. He really takes care of something. To me, he's like the true father. To me, he's also the true entrepreneur in the tarot. And what I mean by that is maybe he doesn't have children, and I know that's confusing. But whatever he works on, he treats it like a baby. He really takes care of it. Could be a relationship, could be a business, could be anything, but he really puts his energy into things, and he really makes sure to kind of like raise them up. You also have divine counterparts here, King and Queen of Wands. It could be an earth sign. You have Taurus showing up here as well. Could be a fixed sign, could be an Aquarius, Scorpio, a Taurus, or a Leo. Could be any sign, general reading, but I do feel like there could be love coming in for you for sure. It could be a Pisces. I'm pretty sure you've had Pisces, if I'm not mistaken, coming up for you. And you have the Hangman and twice here. You have with the Five of Swords, you have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is a card of curiosity. And the Five of Swords, again, is trying to win at all costs. I feel like you need to be curious about a risk, though. The Five of Swords, to me, is a risk. To me, it's like doing something you've never done before. And I feel like a lot of you could be doing that. With the Purse and the Carriage, you have the Eye. It says psychic ability, trust your intuition. That would make sense with the Pisces energy as well. So you could just be very intuitive at this time. And you have this Man card. It says dealings or relationships with a man. I don't attach gender in my general readings because they're general readings. I'm reading for like a billion of you, but there could be a person who's coming in for you here. It could just be a person who's very intuitive in your life. I kind of feel two things here. For some of you, I feel like if you have a very intuitive person in your life, I feel like they could be giving you answers. It doesn't have to be love, but I do feel there could be a very intuitive person coming in for you in love. So there you go. And that would explain the Pisces energy. Again, the way that I read, I don't always like, I always tell people, don't focus on the sign, right? Because it could just be, the way that I read with clues, and sometimes I feel like the universe is just saying Pisces energy because it's just a clue that it could be a very intuitive person, and they might not be a Pisces. It's kind of weird that I'm getting the difference, though, here. I don't know. We'll look into it. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, definitely could be a person coming in for you, making a love offer. Definitely could be an earth sign. For others, I feel like it's saying it's time to get to work. It's like everything here screams to me that you have the knowledge. Hierophant, education, learning. Page of Pentacles, card of studiousness. Hangman, card of enlightenment. You have it twice. The Sun, also a card of enlightenment. Normally, the Knight of Pentacles, he has oak leaves on his helmet, and oak leaves in the tarot represent being educated. They represent having the knowledge to do something. This whole reading is basically saying to me, you have the knowledge to do something you've wanted to do for a long time, so it's time to do it. And stop being too cautious. With the World, here you go. You have the Ace of Cups again. These repeating cards on top of each other like this, to me, it basically just says, I meant what I said. The universe is saying I meant what I said. I feel like you need to move towards something that you love to do. This looks like an action to me. So again, is there love here? Yes, but is it a major part of your reading? I would say no. I feel like this is more talking about your heart, like what your heart belongs to as far as what you do in life. And I feel like this is saying you need to go on the new adventure to like discover what that is. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Four of Swords. I feel like this is just saying it's like time to get up, you know? Four of Swords is a good card of resting, relaxing, recovering, but I really feel Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles are saying it's time to get moving. It's time to make it happen here, Aries. So I just want to get some more. Can we just get like a final outcome? High Priestess could be a Pisces. What I would say is, again, everybody's had a lot of this Pisces energy. Again, we do have a lot of energy in Pisces, Jupiter, right? And other planets too, but you know, the Jupiter's like big. So I kind of feel this is more talking more about your intuition and trusting your intuition is what I would say there. So I would like trust your intuition at this time. Middle row, you have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands card of conflict and competition. Five of Wands to me is also a card of a risk. Not really, but you know, I call Five of Wands Indiana Jones because to me, it's a card of like going on a crazy adventure to get some treasure. And so if you're going on an adventure, which could be like moving, traveling, changing jobs, changing relationships can be an adventure as well, then I feel like there could be some treasure. And final bottom outcome, you have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is a new adventure. So I really feel, going back to the beginning of the reading, I really feel like you are kind of like in for a surprise, but it's more of a mystery. I kind of feel like, you know, what do they call it? I think it's Esther Hicks calls it joyous expectation, right? And I kind of feel that in your reading. Joyous expectation is just expecting things to go well in your life. And if you just joyously expect things to go well, then guess what? They typically do go well. And so I feel like that would be a good practice for you here. And but I feel like you should be excited about the future because there's like a lot of positive changes here. I do feel the need to let go of something. I'm like shocked that the Two of Wands didn't show up here because I kind of get that feeling of holding on to something behind me and like reaching forward to something in front of me. Sometimes I feel with the Two of Wands that he needs to let go of that wand behind him so he can have the whole world in his hands. And I get that feeling here, but overall, really good reading. I like it. So thank you for being here, Aries. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.